What's going on, everyone? Darkside Phil here. It is November 16th, 2016. And a few things that I wanted to cover in a quick vlog that I'm filming here tonight before I jump into another session of gaming for the day during this very busy fall gaming season. In regards to some updates on what's been going on with my business recently, in regards to some changes that are coming to my business as soon as in just a couple days, and also regarding the holidays coming up, because the holidays are about to hit. And every single year I do some stuff during the holidays that's a little bit different than how I do get YouTube coverage and stuff during the course of the regular year. And I want to talk a little bit about that to get the information out there so that people can get excited and start working on stuff, okay? So, allow me to... Cords smacking my leg here. Allow me to start by giving everyone a very brief update about what's going on with my business and some changes that are going to happen right away, alright? For those of you who don't know, I mean, you must not have been paying attention to this channel very often. You must not have been listening to any of my pre-streams for the past couple of months. About a month ago, I announced that my business wasn't doing so well. For whatever reason, it seems that YouTube is saying that I'm getting less views than I usually would at the end of the year, less views than I've had ever in the past, and there's no explanation for it because people are showing up and enjoying things like the live streams. I'm getting higher engagement rates than I've had in a long time, meaning more likes, less dislikes, more people are watching for a longer period of time. It's all the things that YouTube tells you is good in their data analytics, yet they're telling me that overall my views are down, which makes no sense. And because of that, my profit has been down, alright? As of last month, about a month ago when I first revealed this to everyone, I was nervous that I was even going to be able to pay my bills for the month and that I was going to be able to do this as a YouTube job long term, simply because of the big declines. I didn't know what was going on, and I basically appealed to you, the viewers, for feedback. Now, I've got tons of feedback since then, from as little as it is some kind of an algorithm change with YouTube and there's not much you could do about it. Certain views aren't counting anymore because if you don't watch for a certain amount of time, it doesn't record as a view, which, by the way, is bullshit, and I do want to mention this. Basically, it's a way for YouTube to make profit while cheating the content creator, because when you think about it, when you first play a YouTube video, what's the first thing you see? An advertisement. So regardless of how actually long you watch that YouTube video, you've already watched the ad, and therefore YouTube already got the ad revenue for that advertisement. So if YouTube is saying, oh, well, if you only watch a video for 20% of it, let's say, or 30% of the length of the video, it shouldn't count as a view. That's bullshit, because they already made their ad revenue, because they play the ad first. So there should be zero criteria by which YouTube judges if a view is a view. If your video plays at all, it should be a fucking view. It should count towards your video, and you should get credit for it if you have advertisement revenue on the video. Right now, YouTube's not doing that. They're literally robbing people, and I don't know how it's legal, because I really don't think it is, but I'm certainly no lawyer, and I couldn't take them to court for it, because I don't have enough money. But I digress. Whatever's happened with YouTube, it looks like things aren't going so well for my business. So I announced this a month ago, and I said, you know, there's ways that you can help. You can disable ad blocker when you watch my videos. You could pledge to my Patreon. And a lot of people did a lot of that stuff, because I could tell you, since I made that initial video about a month ago, a few things have happened. Number one, my ad revenue is up, okay? Now, it could be that it's because people disabled ad blocker like I asked, and so I'm just making more ad revenue by default because people are watching and or not blocking the ads. Number two, it could be that YouTube ad revenue is up right now because it's the end of the year and it's the holidays. It could be a combination of both, but I can tell you right now, at least from what I'm seeing, okay, what I'm making right now, compared to what I was making just 1 to 2 months ago, is much better. Now, it's not great. It's not, oh my god, a whole flip for the business and now I'm making excessive amounts of money. It's not. It's just at least on par to somewhere where I can pay my freaking bills on a monthly basis, okay? So, if I could keep it up at the level that I've been keeping it up, that's good news, alright? So that is a good positive update. Now, that could change at any time. The one problem that I'm actually having right now is that YouTube's data is not updating properly. What's supposed to happen is every day YouTube records your views and then records the ad revenue, and it reports that to you. Right now, it's not doing that at all. What it's doing is, like, it's staggering in chunks of 5 to 10 days where the data will all be completely outdated, and then all of a sudden, all the data will backload in. That's not how it's supposed to work, but apparently YouTube screwed something up, and it's taking them forever to get their data. So at least going off of what I can see, which at this point is almost 5 days delayed, it looks like things are going all right. It could change. It could be the next update that loads it's nothing. Or it could be the next update that loads, I made a ton of money. Who knows? Because you never know, because you're staggered for so many days. It sucks that their supposedly live reporting improvements don't actually work. So, that all being said, I'm feeling positive, and I'm hoping that things are going to continue on a positive trend. Alright? But, that also being said, I do want to say this. Thank you to those who were big patrons to mine in the month of October. However, a lot of people, as I suspected, they pledged in October big amounts, right? We're going to be having an Indies Marathon at the end of this month because of that, which I'm excited for. And by the way, if you were a patron in October, you have been upgraded at this point on the KingofHate.com forum. So please go start nominating indie games and posting up your questions for my Ask the King show. But a lot of people lowered their pledges. They gave up maybe a bigger pledge that 1 month, and then they lowered it. So what we need to do now, for me to continue to do this, is we need more people to step up and kind of pledge small amounts to replace those larger pledges that have now been declined. So please don't think that just because I had 1 month of great Patreon response that I'm out of the woods. I'm not. If every month we could get people stepping up, pledging $1, $5, that's what's going to allow me to keep doing this full term. All right, I do appreciate the one giant surge, but that it can't just be one surge and then it trails off. It has to be kind of trying to keep it maintaining at that great level. So hopefully we can do it. All right. Now, let's talk a little bit about changes, because there's 2 critical changes to my business that I'm going to make almost immediately. One of them I've already done, and I'm going to continue to roll this change out, so allow me to explain. Last year, if you remember, I unfortunately had to make lots of videos private and or unlisted on YouTube because of false copyright claims against my channel. Now, was it copyright claims because the game makers were being impersonated? No, it was for artwork, fan art, stupid stuff that makes absolutely no sense. You know, people would make fan art with me, superimpose my face over, you know, a character from a video game or whatever. And I would use that as like a pre-stream or as something that I would show between commercial breaks. And unfortunately, a lot of people filed false copyright claims against the artwork. And YouTube, because of its way that it used to process copyrights, it used to be, you're guilty until proven innocent. So I got a ton of copyright strikes and or copyright issues against my channels because of it, to the point where I was in desperate threat of having my channel shut down. So I had to make a ton of videos that all included fan art and templates and all kind of stuff like that. I had to make them either all private or delete them completely in order to defend myself against this attack. The good news is 2 things. Number one, since that happened last year, the last time it happened was September of 2015 was the last time I had a false copyright strike against me. I've had no further false copyright strikes. I've had no issue whatsoever with copyright in over a year. That's a good thing. Number 2, since then, other YouTubers who were much bigger than me had the same issues as me. Basically, people were filing false copyright strikes against them. They were impersonating companies and stuff that they were using, video clips in under fair use law. They should have been protected, but YouTube was flagging them and giving them copyright strikes, saying, oh, well, guilty until proven innocent, which is bullshit. In the U.S. court of law, it's innocent until proven guilty. Therefore, you have to operate your business like that, or else you're actually violating the law. Whatever, YouTube thinks it can do whatever it wants, right? The good news is, in the past year, because other higher profile YouTubers than me have had massive issues with YouTube copyright, YouTube has changed their copyright system, okay? Basically, the way it works now is you have to provide more evidence that you are the legal copyright holder of something before you can file a copyright claim against anyone, all right? In addition, YouTube now actually accurately reviews copyright claims. They don't just automatically have a computer apply them anymore. Thank God, because that was the dumbest fucking thing possible. I mean, I don't know how they thought they weren't going to get sued out of their own ass by having a robot auto-apply a copyright claim without a human ever looking at it. But now apparently humans are actually looking at copyright claims, and they're reviewing them on a case-by-case basis before they instate the claim. So I know this because there's a few YouTubers this year who I've been kind of following, and they had these copyright claims put against them, and instead of actually getting a claim against them, they received a notice saying, FYI, just so you know, this party tried to put a copyright claim against you, but once we reviewed the case, we realized, no, you're under fair use, therefore, we don't believe that's the case, and your video is fine, don't worry about it, but we want to give you the information that someone is trying to tell you that you're stealing their content, and we don't believe it's true. That is a huge effing improvement, man. Like, why that wasn't in place to begin with, it really seems to me that YouTube was a business where they set up what it is, and then afterwards, once they realized how popular it was, oh, now we'll try to fix all the legal loopholes that we created by not having any protections or proper processes in place in regards to copyright law or DMCA or anything. Again, how they didn't get sued into oblivion, I don't know, because they would lose pretty much every court case against them. I don't get it. But apparently there are now safeguards in place. So what that means is that I can feel free to use fan art, to use templates, to kind of bring back all that stuff that I used to do that made everything I did more interactive and feel more like a fun community. It can come back now. It's been over a year. I haven't been able to use a single piece of fan art. I haven't been able to use any templates for anything. Nothing. It's been dead for a year like that because of the false copyright bullshit against me. The loophole apparently has been closed. So, what I've done this week in particular, I made public a playlist that normally I had made private last year to protect myself. It's the Pokemon Omega Ruby playthrough. So that's good, right? Because people right now are very anticipating of Pokemon Moon and Sun, which are both coming out on Friday of this week. And yes, I will be doing a playthrough of Pokemon Moon. But people wanted kind of a lead-in, and I said, hey, guess what? I made Pokemon Omega Ruby public. You can check it out. So there's two ways you can find that. If you just go on YouTube and you search DSP Gaming Pokemon Omega Ruby playthrough, it'll come up. Or if you want it even easier than that, go to thekingofhate.com, my website. On the very top, there's a playlists tab. Click on that, and then a search comes up. You could type any game I've ever played on YouTube into the search, and it will come up. I kid you not. Any game from DSP Gaming, from Darkside Phil. You could look for DSP Tries It videos. You could look for anything on there. It'll bring it up. So type in Pokemon Omega Ruby. Playthrough will be live, and you'll be able to watch it, okay? Now, there were many other playthroughs that went private last year when this all happened, including, I believe it was my Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask playthrough, my coverage of the Monster Hunter that I did early last year. In particular, the one that most people have asked for is Professor Layton versus Phoenix Wright, because I did a full playthrough of the game with full voice acting. You tell me of one other YouTuber who fully voice acted all the lines of that game, you won't find one. Alright, I was the one person who went above and beyond with that freaking playthrough. And it really pained me to have to make that one private because I knew that all the work and effort that I had put into it and people wanted to see it. Well, they're all still private, FYI. The only one I've made public is Pokemon Omega Ruby. Because the last thing I want to do is open the floodgates and make everything public and then something else goes wrong. Okay, I want to take it step by step, little by little. I'm not saying that I'm accepting fan art at this point because I'm not. I'm just trying to go baby steps, alright? So, right now you can watch Pokemon Omega Ruby. It's a great way to prepare for my Pokemon Moon playthrough that's going to start this Friday, okay? And what I'm planning on doing is as we move further into maybe, say, later this year, early next year, maybe every once in a while, I'll announce, I made this one public now, I made this one public. I mean, obviously, Majora's Mask would be a great one for me to make public as we're leading into the new Zelda game coming out next year, which, by the way, apparently was delayed again. It's not coming out with the launch of the Nintendo Switch, which is hilarious, because that was the whole reason everyone was going to fucking buy one. Yeah, it could be a good idea to maybe release these slowly over time and make sure that everything's okay with them before I just release the floodgates and start using fan art and doing everything again, alright? So that's the deal. Right now, you can check out Pokemon Omega Ruby, and more of those playthroughs that went private last year are probably going to be going public in the near future, thanks to YouTube finally fixing their broken fucking copyright system. Hallelujah! Alright? Now, here's another major change that's going to happen right away, okay? Live streaming. I have live streamed since 2013, okay? The way that I live stream is incredibly different from the way that most people live stream. As you know, when I live stream, I barely interact with stream chat whatsoever. The reason being is very simple. Because when I'm live streaming, I'm also recording that playthrough to upload to YouTube. So if I were constantly addressing the stream chat and constantly taking away from the game to respond to stream chat comments and everything, it takes away, the playthrough would be degraded, the playthrough would be less quality, and it would be not focused at all on the game or gameplay. It would be focused on the stream chat. Now, there's plenty of people who do live streaming like that, and they're very successful. That's not how I want to conduct my business. And I think that if I were to do that, that quite honestly, those who don't attend my live streams would be incredibly turned off and not watch my content anymore, because I've been here since 2008. And since then, my whole intention is to play the game, focus on the game, represent to you what the game is like for the average gamer, not to fucking interact with the stream chat and have a big social event. All right, my streams are not social events. Let's face it, they're not. Like a lot of streamers, the reason you come out to watch the stream, it doesn't matter what game they're playing. It doesn't matter if they're on the toilet taking a shit. You would still attend the stream because you like the person, the social interaction. But that's not why I live stream. All right, it's just not, and that's not what I'm planning on ever doing. So, that being said, the streaming that I do is that I do. The streaming that I perform, let's say it that way, is solely as a fan interaction and or fan service. I don't do it for me. It doesn't add to the quality of the video I'm making. I do it for you. And I know that there are hundreds, or not, if not more, people out there who enjoy attending my live streams on a daily basis. And the bottom line is, for the last several years, I have live streamed pretty much daily. Every single day, at least one stream a day, with a few exceptions here or there, days when I'm busy with other stuff or I'm playing offline for whatever reason. But for the most part, everything I do ends up being live streamed since 2013, okay? Now, this was a huge change. Before then, everything was offline, everything was recorded previously and uploaded, and then I would be able to just basically see your reactions via this YouTube comments and social media interaction and stuff like that, forum posts, rather than seeing a live stream who directly reacted live to the stuff that was going on in the gameplay. So it was a big change, okay? But ultimately, here's what I think has happened. This is my honest opinion based off of your feedback from last month when I said my business isn't doing so well. A lot of people seem to have come out and said, Phil, I think what's going on is this. It's very simple. You stream every day, right? Every day, how many people are on a stream? Well, if I'm doing a new release, you could get anywhere upwards 500 to 1,000 viewers, if not more. There's some times this year when I did the PlayStation VR, I had over 1,500 people on my stream, which is very, very rare when I ever get that many people, okay? When I do a new release, there's a lot of people, right? And those people probably watch me cover games and new releases or whatever, and then never come back. They just watch the first few minutes. Okay, now I know what that game is, and they're gone, right? But if I continue to live stream that playthrough, let's say you got 300-400 people who keep coming back every day and watch the playthrough on stream. That's a significant amount of views that I'm not getting on YouTube. Now you may say, well, Phil, that's just 300-400 views. Well, no, it's not. Because what you got to remember is, let's say I'm playing a 3.5-hour stream. So I put out 7-8 videos, okay, times the amount of people who were on the stream. So when I'm on the stream, that's what? You know, for just the sake of argument, let's say 300 people. 300 people times 8 is 2,400 views that I didn't get that day because I ran the live stream instead of playing the videos on YouTube, right? So the bottom line is, I'm not doing streaming for profitability at all. In fact, I make almost nothing live streaming. It's always been fan service. So I'm actually losing out doing it. A lot of people have expressed that since I've live streamed, that sadly the quality of the commentary and the videos that I make has gone down a bit because I'm a little bit distracted by the stream chat, and especially in certain games, there's spoilers and stuff in the stream chat that spoil me. I have to agree there, and a lot of times people do try to spoil purposely just to be dicks and stuff like that. So it is what it is, right? I mean, yes and no, it's true in some cases. It's not true in others, because here's the thing. People always assume now that I'm always constantly being spoiled by stream chat or having my hand held by stream chat, which is hilarious because just recently, as you know, I haven't been live streaming everything at night. I've been doing nighttime sessions of games. People have been accusing me at times when I'm doing good in a game, right? Oh my god, Phil's actually doing really well in this boss fight, or he's doing really well at this puzzle. Oh, Phil must have had his hand held in the stream chat. But I wasn't live streaming when I recorded that. It's hilarious because, you know, you get these dopes who literally have to come to shit on me anytime that I do anything positive, right? Or I'm doing well. Has to be because someone told me or I got spoiled or something. When in reality, I wasn't even live streaming during those periods. So all this being said, live streaming is great, but doesn't necessarily fit in with my style of video. Not necessarily. And I don't think that live streaming every single thing that I do is working out. In fact, if you don't even realize this, in the past year, I've actually significantly decreased the amount that I live stream. I used to live stream 8 hours a day. I was live streaming like 5 hours earlier and then 2 to 3 hours later. It was ridiculous the amount. I was live streaming Ask the King. I was live streaming the Weekend Preview. I live streamed every single video that I put on YouTube pretty much for no reason. There was no reason for everything to be live streamed, but people were like, we want to see it, right? But now that I see the amount of time it takes to set up a stream, the amount of work that it takes to make sure it's consistent, it's not fluctuating. Just perfect example, today, I'm live streaming Watch Dogs 2. And as I'm live streaming, people are saying, well, YouTube's still working, but for some reason, Phil's website, thekingofhate.com, went down, and now half of us can't watch the stream anymore because we were watching on the website. So now as I'm playing the game, I'm looking at this, and I'm distracted at this, and I know that I'm missing stuff in the game, and or maybe my commentary isn't as good as it could be because I'm incredibly distracted by what's going on because the stream isn't going according to plan or whatever. And that's the kind of stuff that I think takes away, all right? In addition, I think that if I live stream every single day, it basically, it takes away the special feeling of live streaming, right? Think of it this way. Everything in moderation. It's good to have ice cream every once in a while because it's great. It's a treat that you have. But if you have ice cream every single day, it loses its appeal, right? Because it's there every day. It's taken for granted. It's not a special treat. It's something that you get every single day. So if you had a filet mignon steak, wow, I get that once every several years. I go out and spend a ton of money on a steak, and it's mouth-wateringly delicious. If you had a mouth-wateringly delicious steak every single day, it will become commonplace that it's not special anymore. And sadly, I think that's what's happened with my live streaming is people take it for granted. Phil will be live streaming every day. Phil live streams every day. Therefore, it's not special. When he does it, it's not a big deal, right? So I think what I'm going to do is significantly reduce the amount that I live stream. Not the amount of videos that I'm making, not the amount of, games that I'm playing, but just the live streaming portion of it itself. So what I think I'm going to do moving forward, okay, this is pretty much in effect as of right now, directly today. If a new release is coming out, if I'm doing a special session of something, and like, for example, multiplayer, or if there's a new update to a game, okay, a new episode of a game or something like that, I'm probably going to live stream it. So I'll give you a perfect example, all right? Tomorrow, I'm going to be playing Sombra in Overwatch. It just had a big new update yesterday, new character, new tweaks to existing characters. Perfect time for me to play a session of Overwatch, okay? Tomorrow, I will live stream that. Makes sense to live stream that. It's something different. It's something that people will want to see live and react to. So that's going to be tomorrow. It will be live streamed. Friday, Pokemon Moon releases. I will be live streaming my first session of Pokemon Moon. It's a new game. People want to see it right away, right? I'll probably get decent stream attendance because people are excited for the new game. All right? But when I'm moving on and continuing on playthroughs, for example, playing Watch Dogs from now on. When I play Watch Dogs 2, I'm not going to live stream it. Because right now, I'm over 5 hours into the game. Actually, yesterday I played for 5 hours, and right now I'm over 8 hours into the game. And the bottom line is the majority of people who watch my videos have not watched every video yet. They're not caught up with the playthrough. So if they watch the live stream, they're going to get spoiled on the playthrough, right? And stream engagement is low because I'm a chunk into this ongoing longish game. People aren't turning out for the streams. Therefore, there's no reason for me to live stream everything, okay? So what you're going to find is every week, it's going to be different. Some weeks, I'll be streaming a lot more. If there's a lot of new games coming out and a reason to live stream, I'll live stream more. If it's a week when I'm just doing ongoing playthroughs of games that have been going on for several weeks, maybe I won't live stream at all. But when I do a multiplayer session of one of these games, then I'll probably live stream those because those, it's a kind of commentary where I'm constantly reacting constantly to what's going on. It's not just about me continuing on the story or something of an ongoing playthrough. And I think that that might lend itself a little bit better to a live stream because it could be more interactive. When I'm playing a game online, right, multiplayer game, I could talk to the stream chat. It doesn't really take away from the video, right? So, immediately as of today, that's the deal. New releases, online multiplayer, and special events will be live streamed, but other things like ongoing playthroughs will not. So, for example, perfect example coming up this week, I'm going to be doing Overwatch and Pokemon Moon, but once those premieres are done, I'm not going to live stream the rest. It's all going to be recorded offline and uploaded to DSP Gaming like it always has been and or maybe should have been in the past several years. Therefore, Those who would have watched the live stream will watch the videos. I'll get more views, which I need right now desperately to keep my business afloat. And it won't seem like people coming to the stream are diluted. Another thing is, I'll be honest here. When I first play a game, when I'm first starting a playthrough, people are engaged. They're in the stream, they're talking about the game, they're all excited. Once you get into the middle of an ongoing playthrough, people lose interest, they start talking about other stuff. I'll be honest, the stream chat today had nothing to do with the game whatsoever. Everyone talking in the stream chat today was talking about Overwatch, was talking about this and that, nothing to do with the game. That takes away from the stream. People are trying to watch, oh, I wonder what people are chatting about. What the fuck is this? It has nothing to do with the game. So, there you have it. I'm going to take away that element completely. It's just going to be me playing these ongoing playthroughs offline like I used to and uploading the videos to YouTube. So the streaming is going to change significantly starting right now. All right. If you want the absolute black and white yes or no on when and I won't and will and won't be streaming, you got to follow me on Twitter at TheyCallMeDSP. On Twitter every night I put up a schedule and I'll tell you on that schedule whether or not I'll be streaming or not the next day. Okay. And we'll go from there. Last but not least, this is the final thing, the holidays are coming up. And that means two things. Number one, I'm going to be doing some holiday-themed videos coming up shortly. And number two, the year-end series are coming. Let's talk about both of those things, okay? First of all, coming up next week, it's Thanksgiving in the United States. You might not know what that day means if you don't live in the United States. It's a big national holiday for us where we celebrate being thankful for all the things that we get throughout the year, whether it's health, whether it's money, whether it's friends and family, whether it's anything that's a positive thing. We celebrate that on this day, our thankfulness for it. I'm going to be doing probably either an Instagram post or a special vlog in regards to our Thanksgiving meal that we're going to have here, okay? My Christmas tree. We're putting up our Christmas tree next week. Actually, it's going to be Wednesday night of next week. I'm going to be vlogging that like I always do. It'll be several parts where we walk through the Christmas tree getting put up. Show you the different things that we're doing with it this year. Should be pretty entertaining. I'll be talking about stuff that went on this year in those videos. It's going to be interesting. I always love trimming the tree, and I think this year will be no exception. So that's going to be coming up in the next week or so. You're going to see those videos on my vlogging channel, The King of Hate Vlogs. But the most important one out of all this, the year-end series, the funniest moments of the year. Every year I do this series, it's the fan-voted funniest moments of the year, meaning that all this year, you, the viewers, have nominated things that you found hilarious in my video game playthroughs and or my videos on YouTube on my website, thekingofhate.com. What I'm going to be doing shortly, meaning in early December, I'm going to take that listing of the things that you nominated and I'm going to create some polls by which you're going to be able to vote on my forums on what you thought were the funniest things of all year long. I'm going to take the results of those polls and make a countdown series of videos at the end of the year that I'm going to put up on my new YouTube channel, KO Gaming, that's going to make pretty fun countdowns of the funniest stuff. Now, here's the deal. I don't talk about this a lot. It's really just the really long-time viewers who end up nominating stuff for this countdown, okay? If you are a current viewer of mine, you watch my playthroughs, you watch my vlogs, you watch all this stuff, please, if you find something that you think is just really interesting and or funny and it should be in this countdown, I need you to go to thekingofhate.com. In the general section, there's already a thread. It's been up there all year, stickied, where you can post up these nominations for the funniest moments. I know right now people are watching stuff like Watch Dogs and Dishonored and all the first-person shooter gameplay I've done in the past several weeks, like Battlefield and almost said Warcraft, Titanfall 2 and Call of Duty, and there's tons of funny moments in that stuff. But I need you guys to help me because it's your series. It's the fan voted. So you need to nominate and vote on these so that we can, for me, it's hard. I've played all these games, right? Every day I'm playing anywhere from 3 to maybe 5-6 hours of gameplay a day, meaning this year alone, up to now, I've probably played over, 1,000 freaking hours of gameplay, if not more. I can't remember the funniest stuff, You're the ones who, when you're watching it, oh, that's hilarious, let me make a note of it. That's kind of the thing that makes the series work every year. So please, go to thekingofhate.com, nominate your funny moments, and when it comes up in early December and I make the polls, I'll let you know when they're live so you can start voting on the year-end stuff, all right? In summary, number one, I seem to be doing a little bit better financially than I was for the past few months. I don't want to jinx it, so knock on wood. We'll see how it goes. Thank you to those who have been watching my videos, who've been watching the live streams, who have been turning off ad blocker, and who have pledged to my Patreon. It's definitely helped. Let's keep this positivity going. Number two, As of right now, it seems YouTube's copyright issues are starting to slow down a little bit. Therefore, I'm going to slowly start making playthroughs that I made private last year due to the false copyright strikes live. Pokemon Omega Ruby is already live. You could already watch that, and I'll be looking to make others live in the future, but baby steps, okay? Number 3, live streaming is changing dramatically. I'm not going to be live streaming everything. It's only going to be for premieres and special events like multiplayer events and marathons and stuff like that. Therefore, check my schedule every single night on Twitter at TheyCallMeDSP to know when I am and am not live streaming. And last but not least, the holiday stuff's coming up. Thanksgiving, Christmas tree trimming, and year-end series. Please contribute and please nominate your funniest moments on my forums. That's it, everyone, for a big update. I hope you enjoyed it and it was informative. I'm back to playing Watch Dogs 2 right now. And you, I hope, have a good night. Peace out, everyone. See you soon.